Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have Jose with me again, and today we are eating sushi. I'm gonna show you guys what I got. So here I have this one here is a dragon roll. This is an ichi roll. It's like about a third of an ichi roll, and this is a shrimp tempura roll.
And I got a spider roll. This is a spider roll. This is a fresh salmon. These two. And then the dragon roll.
Yep. And then I'm drinking a peach pear LaCroix.
I'm drinking a hef from Portland, Oregon.
And then in here, in these dishes here, I don't know if you can see, we have our wasabi with soy sauce and ginger, which they skimmed me on the ginger because I eat way more than this. I love my ginger. I have to have ginger in every bite. And yeah. So today's video, we are going to be talking about how we met. Are you excited for that?
Nervous? I don't know.
You're nervous? Okay.
We haven't really ever told anybody.
Well, like we've told the kids. The kids love to hear how we met.
Little parts, never.
So this ichi roll. Alright, so this is the ichi roll. It has crab and cucumber inside, and then it's topped with shrimp and sweet chili sauce. I'm just gonna eat because I'm hungry. It's already almost 2 and we haven't had lunch yet. So, we met when we were 15 in high school. And I was a sophomore. He was a freshman. We didn't know who we were. We didn't have any of the same friends. So, do you want to tell him how you first saw me? Because you saw me before I saw you, right? So go ahead, you can tell your part.
She caught my eye in the halls, in the hallway at school. And I made eye contact with you, right?
Okay, so here's the deal. We didn't really meet in the hallways, but that is where we saw each other.
Yeah. Like
passing in between class, or if I was skipping class. You must have been skipping class too then. No. We would see each other in the hallway.
What are you talking about?
So, the first time I saw him, I noticed that he was looking at me. And he had this big old smile on his face. I didn't know who this kid was. I didn't know who this kid was. But he was kind of cute, you know? And you can tell when a guy looks at you, if he's smiling at you a certain way, you know, he's interested or whatever, you know? So I was just like, oh, you know, I just kind of gave him a cute little smile back, right?
A big smile. That big, captivating smile. That's what sealed the deal. It was like, that big old smile. Can we get a smile?
What if I wouldn't have smiled at you?
I don't know. That's
Would you have been just like, she's not into me?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we would see each other in the hallway. And by the way he looked at me, I knew he was interested. So, and this was like maybe a month before we actually started talking. We would just see each other in the hallways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead and tell him your story about you were trying to find out if I had a boyfriend or not.
I thought for sure a girl that cute and a smile like that. I mean, sure enough, she had to have a boyfriend. And I would always see her with this one boy, but she'd always have her headphones on. And
back when we had like the CD Walkman players.
Yeah, back then. And he had his headphones on, and I thought, that's kind of weird that they wouldn't talk to each other. So I just assumed they were boyfriend and girlfriend, but I wasn't sure. And then I took it upon myself to find out, and I actually asked the guy, I said, hey, where's your girlfriend? And he told me, well, she's not my girlfriend. Oh. All right then, green light. And so then I said I have to find out what her name is, and and I tried to find the opportunity, but it never really presented itself, I think, right? Mm-hmm. Would you say?
Yeah. So then one day, and we still hadn't talked to each other at this point. We didn't even say hi to each other. We would just smile at each other. Mm-hmm. So one day we were on the bus, and he's speaking Spanish. So we're in the back of the bus. He's speaking Spanish to one of his friends, and I'm understanding a little bit of what they're saying, but he was basically telling his friends that he likes me, that I'm the one that he likes. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, you know, now I know for sure. This is the dragon roll, by the way. Shrimp tempura in the middle, with crab salad on top, and avocado with sweet chili sauce, and what is this stuff called? The orange...
Ginger? Or the sweet sour sauce?
No, this stuff, the orange stuff.
Salmon roe?
Salmon roe. Yeah. Typically I guess the dragon roll has eel with the eel sauce on top, but I don't really like it like that. He does. Mm-hmm. So, what were we talking about again?
We hadn't really talked yet.
We were on the bus stop, on the bus. So yeah, that's when I knew for sure. We get off on the same bus stop, at the same bus stop. And he's behind me, and I know he's behind me. What does he do? He like steps on the back of my shoe, and like he doesn't make me trip, but it kind of like makes me slow down, you know, like when somebody steps on the bottom of your shoe and your shoe comes halfway out, your foot comes halfway out. That happened, and so I thought, okay, for sure this is like the time where he's gonna talk to me. No, he just says, oh, my bad, with the biggest smile on his face, and just keeps on walking, but he's like walking fast up ahead of me. You have anything you want to say about that?
That was gonna be the part where I was gonna ask what her name was, but
you got nervous.
Yeah, I got really nervous.
Mm-hmm. And I knew it too, and I was just like, you know, because first of all, you know, he was cute. He is cute. Still are. But back then he wasn't like really my type. Mm-mm.
She had a list of requirements. I didn't meet any of them.
You want to tell him what the list was?
Well, just to name a few things is I didn't have a car. I didn't even have a license or a permit to drive.
I was used to dating older guys that had cars.
We're like the same height.
You're a couple inches taller than me, but...
Well, just about.
I was attracted to taller guys.
Mm-hmm. What else? I was younger.
Oh yeah, he was younger.
Or I am younger.
This is the shrimp tempura. It just has the tempura shrimp in the middle.
There's a few more things. But
I don't remember.
Yeah, so I had basically had no chance according to her list. But
so then a few weeks later, we would still see each other in the hallway, and still nothing. He wouldn't talk to me, and I wasn't about to make the first move. And what happened? Oh yeah, one day after school, I was with my sister, and we would take our dogs to the park and let them run around. Well, one of them, I had Flocka and my sister had Princess. And they were still on their leash. Basically, I ended up getting like a rope burn behind my knees. I got caught in the middle of the rope as my sister was on one side, I'm here in the middle. Princess is up ahead, and then Tiffany calls Princess, but she comes running back straight. So I get caught in the middle of the rope, and I got a rope burn. It hurt really bad. So we were having nice weather. The next day I had to go to school, and I had to wear bandages. So I wore shorts with bandages behind my knees, and all day, every day, people are asking me, what happened to your knees? And I had to make a couple trips to the nurse's office to change out the band-aids, because they would just get like worn and they would start coming off. Well, later that day at the bus stop, what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. After school, a bunch of kids would get on the bus, and I didn't like being on a crowded bus. I have like social anxiety or something. I just didn't like being on a crowded bus. So I would let a few buses go past. So I would be waiting at the bus stop for a while. Plus I didn't want to go home right away. And so Jose is across the street at the other bus stop, sitting down talking to another girl. Right?
I was talking about her. I was talking about Angela.
Whatever.
Believe it or not, I was.
Okay, what were you guys saying?
I was telling this girl how much I was into you and I liked you and wanted to get to know you and thought you were cute. She was trying to convince me not to like her.
The other girl was trying.
Yeah, she was trying to convince me not to like Angela. And but I had set my mind up. I was like, as soon as you get on this bus, I'm gonna go over there. And
so she got on her bus.
Yep.
And he came across the street.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were inside the bus stop booth, but he was sitting on the bench and I was standing. And then that's when he finally gets up the nerve to talk to me. Go ahead.
What did I tell you? Have a seat.
I think you asked me if I wanted to sit down.
Mm-hmm. And you agreed. So she sat down next to me, and we were the only ones there.
Mm-hmm.
For a while, when we let, I don't know, a couple buses go by, and we just sat there talking, getting to know each other. So I asked her what her name was and what grade she was in, and all that. And I knew we got off at the same bus stop because I'd seen her there.
He was a stalker. Just kidding.
And then she would get on another bus from there, and I just lived a few blocks up the road from there. So I'd just get her on the bus, and then she'd leave, and then I would walk home. And then eventually, after we started talking more, then I finally walked you home.
Yeah, so the weather started getting nicer, and we would walk home. He would walk me home
from the bus stop,
from the main bus stop. Instead of me taking a second bus down, he would walk me down, and we would talk more.
And that's when I found out she only lived, 6 blocks away
from you.
Yeah, from my house. So I said, well, shoot, I don't even need a car, and just walk over there. And I was over there every day after school.
I had a basketball hoop outside, so we would play basketball sometimes, just shoot some hoops.
Yeah.
I was a very sporty girl. I was into sports. I was on the varsity volleyball team. I was just into sports. Athletic.
Mm-hmm. And I like that. So the more I got to know her, the more I liked her.
Mm-hmm. Same. So we talked for a few weeks before we actually like made it official. Because we wouldn't really talk during school. We would just meet at the bus stop after school. And he would walk me home. And I was grounded, right? Like I would get in a lot of trouble, so most of the time I couldn't like accept phone calls. I couldn't really accept, I mean, my dad would allow guys to call, but he didn't like it. My mom thought you were cute.
She approved, but her dad did not approve. He didn't like me coming over there, walking her home. I don't think he minded if we were playing basketball. But then when we started holding hands and...
But that was after we started dating, so we're kind of like jumping.
Yeah, that's true.
So we were talking for a few weeks, and then Jose finally asked me like on a date after school just to go see a movie. So it was like our first official date, I guess. Mm-hmm. And it was a Friday. I remember it was a Friday. And I had to get my dad's permission to let him know I'm going on a date with a boy, you know. And I was going to be home. I don't know what time I was going to be home because of whatever time the movie started, whatever. So do you remember the movie that we went to go see?
I remember. Do you remember? Mm-hmm. It's 40 Days and 40 Nights. So, it had just come out. Pretty popular movie back then.
So the movie gets out and, you know, we take the bus home. And we get off at the same bus stop. And then we walk home from the main bus instead of taking a second bus down.
As soon as we turned the corner to her street, that's where I started my,
He was rambling.
Yeah, I was.
He was nervous.
Yeah.
He was talking about, I don't even know what, and in my head I'm like, okay, he's gonna ask me. I'm thinking, you know, he's really nervous. He's gonna ask me, but he's afraid. Like, I could tell what was coming. And I was like excited for it. I was ready for it to make it official, you know? So after him rambling and then finally getting to the point, he asked me if I'd be his girlfriend.
She said yes. Real fast.
Dang, okay.
But even though I didn't meet all the requirements, she said yes. And why did you say yes?
Well, we were friends at first, and I don't know. I just liked hanging out with you.
Yeah, same here.
You know?
I think her company was really, really easy to enjoy. She was, I mean, I don't want to say different, but it sounds really cliche, but she was. I mean, she was...
different from the rest of them girls.
Yeah.
That you were dating. You used to date.
Yeah, she was very low maintenance, drama free, easygoing, humble. I mean, I always looked at the positive side and, you know, really easygoing. So that was, her company was just really enjoyable for that reason. I just wanted to really hang out with her all the time.
And for me, the other guys that I would hang out with, they were older and they would do things that I necessarily shouldn't have been doing. So hanging out with you was like a breath of fresh air, like innocent, you know, positive, good fun. you know? So for me, that was really refreshing and what I wanted, you know? Because I would do some bad stuff when I was young.
She's a bad girl.
Is it chica mala?
Chica mala.
So yeah, that's how we met, guys.
Yep.
Yep, I remember when I walked through the door, my dad was like, "What's going on?" Because he could tell like I was really happy and really excited. I had the biggest smile on my face. And I told him, you know, Jose asked me to be his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And that, we'll end it right there because we could tell the story about when my dad chased him down. We could tell that story.
Let's just say I'm thankful that I got to live to tell the story. To tell about it.
Yep. Alright, are you just about done? I'm getting full.
Yeah.
This is good though. We tried out a new place. Well, actually, no, we've been there a few times. But it's kind of expensive. Expensive. For everything we got, we paid like, what, $45? Maybe not too expensive, but the place we normally go to isn't that expensive. Did you ever tell him what was in there? The crab roll?
The spider roll has
Oh, spider roll.
has Dungeness crab. No, I'm sorry. Soft shell crab. And avocado, cucumber, carrots, roe, salmon roe. And no sauce on this. But it's really good.
Is it supposed to have sauce?
No. I don't think so.
Maybe they just left it off.
Maybe.
Because we asked for no sauce. This is my last one.
You beat me.
I'm done.
Last one.
Alright, guys. So that is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, click the notification bell so you will know the second that I upload a new video. And we're still waiting on some questions. We're planning on doing a Q&A, so leave those questions down below in the comment box and we will answer them in our next video probably. We'll answer it in a video coming up soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was so good eating with you guys, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye.